Hey everyone, Rebecca here. I posted a photo the other day on my Instagram and my Facebook sharing with you guys that it's National Scoliosis Month in June, and I wanted to share with you guys a little bit more in depth about my story. And I was thinking, like, gosh, like there's so many different parts of it that I didn't really know where to begin to share, but I really felt like this is the craziest part, and I can't believe it's just that this would be the part I'm focusing on, is the parts that about my scoliosis journey that probably people don't know. Because I think from the outside you think, oh, she doesn't have it, or it's not that big of a deal, but there are things that I think sometimes when you relate to people and they share like, oh, I have this wrong with me, you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that. But there's also a good part about that when you're able to share. It's kind of like pushing you out of your comfort zone, and it's taking you to a different place, and it's taking you to a place of inner healing. I believe that, you know, God doesn't just waste opportunities and sections when you feel that push and that nudge to like share your story or tell them, you know, that you've gone through this and you've come out on the other side, that He doesn't use those things to waste at all. So as I feel like even just the slightest nudge and He's like, share your story, it's more of like a little push. I'm like, okay, I'll share it, but just kind of focusing on what resulted in the scoliosis and what, because like what I deal with, I guess. I don't know. That's just the way to say it. So, in other words, I have scoliosis, which is a curvature of your spine. When I was 8, I had surgery. You know, I mean, I live a normal life. It's not, I mean, in my eyes, it's normal. Some people may think it's not. I don't know. I'm kind of awkward, so. But in my eyes, I feel like I can do anything, or what I set my mind to, or just whatever. But in result of scoliosis, there were a couple of things that I had to deal with that really have challenged me in some ways, and have challenged me to even come out of my comfort zone and even share it with you guys. One of them was first of all, the photo that I put up on a couple of days ago. I mean, that's just like, to me, if you would have asked me a year ago if I would post a photo of my back on Instagram, I'd be like, hell to the no. Like, that's not gonna happen. But I mean, God does the impossible, and He totally pushed me out of my comfort zone in that area. And even just having this conversation with you guys and posting it, I honestly have come to this place of like, just like, oh my gosh, like if I didn't have already started to experience the healing years back, it's coming to like a full circle now, which is just super cool. So in other words, long story short, I had surgery when I was 8. The surgery, what it consisted of, was taking a bone from my lower hip and fusing it to my top 2 vertebrae in my neck. What that did was fuse my neck, so now it's frozen, and, well, not frozen, but when I turn right, it can only go to a certain angle, and that's all. Another fun fact is that my shoulder blades actually sit a little bit like this, like one sits higher than the other. So one arm goes all the way up, and the left arm kind of chills like right there. It's kind of crazy. What that results in, I mean, you figure like when you're a kid, you want to go to cheerleading or something. It's like I can never do like an I. I'm always like an L or a T. I can do those. Touchdown, I can do those. But yeah, those are things that I've just kind of like learned to deal with. Gosh, and even just sharing about them, it can be something a little bit scary, and I'm like, oh geez, I'm talking about it. Okay, cool. But it's good, because it's good to kind of push out of the comfort zone, and I'm finding in this place of even just sharing and talking about it, and people sparking conversations with me, which I love, and it's the best part about sharing everything, is that I get to have this inner healing that comes with it too. I didn't really think, I mean, I knew, but I really didn't think like, gosh, how much would just kind of come full circle in my own life when I'm able to share my story and my overcoming, and someone else can be encouraged, someone else can hear what I have to say and actually say, you know what, like, thank you for sharing that with me. Or if I just the other day sharing with a young girl and telling them, hey, I heard you had scoliosis, and they're like, you do? Like, or you do too? And their eyes just get so big, like, it's you too? And I'm like, yes, like, well, how do you feel? And we talked about it, and I'm just like, gosh, like, that just totally without me even knowing it, brought so much healing into my heart about just insecurities that I had when I was younger, the stuff that I would cry about for so long when I was younger too. Is just being able to share my story in that light with someone and inspire someone that little bit, or just give them that encouragement to kind of say, like, you know what, it's gonna be okay. Oh my gosh, like that is the biggest blessing of all. So those are like those fun little things that I have. Yeah, so if you see me and I'm like looking this way and you're like, is she just like really, someone told me that, like, you must be really poised, like you don't want to look all the way. And I'm like, yeah, that's it, all the time. I end up lying, and I know it's terrible, but I shouldn't. Um, but yeah, those are things. I mean, always know everybody struggles with something. Everybody has something they're dealing with. That's my little story. Maybe I'll share more about it later on in life, but I don't want to keep this video too long. There's a baby crying outside. Anyways, we'll talk to you all soon. Bye.